Chiffon Falero. Brittany Feoro.
Megan or Megan?
Martha Faulkner.
Megan.
Megan Jane Flanagan.
Deborah Michael?
Patricia Forbes.
Deborah Michael.
Sarah Gebra Michael. Lam Lam Gabru. Marley Sandra Grady. Sarah Graham.
Gronke.
Patricia Ann Gronke.
Christiana.
Christiana Hamilton.
Jenica.
Jenica Hamilton Bird. Alexandria Hurd. Bailey Henderson. Melissa Jeans. Natasha Yort. Jennifer Hutchison. Melissa Lynn Jenkins. Mary L. Elizabeth Justice. Kimberly Carpeel. Maria Karpova. Michelle Kisner.
Jaspreet Kaur.
Jaspreet Kaur.
Flynn.
Amanda Clem.
Tina Anika Compunin.
Natalie Knight.
Compunin.
Tina Anika Kampunen. Caitlin Ruth Lambert.
Megan.
Megan Riley Laws. Sarah Jane Lawton. Jody Lemke.
Nika.
Nika Lowe.
Tenzin Lodo.
Tenzin Lodo. Lindsay Megan Evangeline Lovenuck. Lauren Elizabeth Lumley. Catherine Latterot.
What's your last name?
Jenny Lee.
Carly McNeil. Christy Mann. Claire Marshall Catlin. Catherine Maynard. Kristen Martin. Justine Ellen McGaffin.
Martha Meyer Neves.
Alexandra McLean.
Martha Meyer Neves. Miguel.
Marta Meyer Neves.
Miguel.
Maria Catherine Miguel.
Ramya Menon.
Ramya Menon.
Say it again.
Sheila Rose Maloney.
Okay.
Joy Monui. Sheila Morrison.
Rebecca Joy Nemezek.
Catherine Monroe.
Like a meadow. Yeah.
Rebecca Joy Nemezek.
Meadow.
Rachel Clara Joy Nedo.
Good luck.
Uzumaka Nawuchi. Anna Novitska.
Good.
Ellen Marie Obst. Orobosa Ogmahon. Melissa Oliveira. Olabimpe Olalade. Aaron Patterson. Kayla Patfield. Alice Pendo. Emily Perry.
Antoinette Dina
Antonetta Dina Policastro. Kristen Poche. J. Anthony Punia Singh. Anna Quigley. Brianne Baharan Ramazani Namini. Lucas Reed. Natasha Leanne Rennie. Caitlin Rizzuto. Heather Ann Catherine Robertson. Sheila Robinson. Emily Rockbrun. Melissa Marie Rose. Catherine Ross. Sarah Marcella Grace Rothwell. Elena Gail Sangiustino. Jolene Saunders. Verpal Sidhu. Leanne Schmelzer. Bianca Slitz. Courtney Smith. Amber Stewart. Jessica Stewart. Shannon Stout. Kathleen Tetro. Brooklyn Nicole Thurston. Krista Francine Timmermans. Emily Vanderpool. Cindy Voss. Sunny Verma. Anita View Robson. Brandon Volane. My Way. Stephanie Waugh. Rebecca Dawn Weber. Kimberly Danielle Wadham.
Okay, last one.
Devlin Ring. Please join me in congratulating the recipients of Bachelor of Science in Nursing degrees. Please be seated. Mr. Chancellor, I ask you to confer degrees in absentia on candidates whose names are before you and who are unable to be with us today. Thank you. I now call upon Provost and Vice President Academic Gary Boire to recognize students who have achieved remarkable success in their studies.
Good afternoon. Mr. Chancellor, I would like to draw attention to the Medals and Honours section at the back of the Convocation program. Mr. Chancellor, the Dean's Honour Roll recognizes students who have achieved 80% or better in their most recent session and have maintained a cumulative average of 75% or higher. In the program, a small double cross identifies those graduates who achieved this distinction. A small single cross identifies those students who are on the President's Honour Roll for having maintained a cumulative average of 80% or better. Please join me in congratulating the members of both the Dean's Honour Roll and the President's Honour Roll for their outstanding performance. Mr. Chancellor, Professor David Newhouse will now introduce the honor song. David?
Before all words can be spoken, we bring greetings to all of creation, and we give thanks for another day of life. Mr. Chancellor, Mr. President, honored guests and graduates. In the custom of the first peoples of this land, we offer the sound of the drum and our voices to honor our mother, the earth. We send our profound and deepest thanks to all of creation, and we ask her to continue to support life as she has since time out of memory. In our teachings, the sound of the drum represents the heartbeat of the universe. The original sound of creation infuses our being and reverberates still throughout the universe. We sound the drum to connect us with all of creation, to celebrate life, and to honor those among us who have achieved so much. We offer these words of praise to those who are graduating this day. We offer these words of thanksgiving to those who have made these accomplishments possible. We offer these words of respect to those who have come before us and who have brought dignity to our lives. We offer these words to remind us to live with kindness, honesty, sharing, courage, and respect. We offer this song so that the scars inflicted on all of us by Indian residential schools can heal and we can find ways to live well together. We offer these words of praise and honor for Martha Friendly, whose tireless work on behalf of all children creates a better world for all of us. And we offer this song to accompany you on your travels. May you travel well and may your lives be filled with grace and dignity. Mr. Chancellor, Mr. President, honored guests, I have the pleasure of presenting Unity. They will sing Oklahoma Southern Sunny Southern Song, a Cherokee big drum song of celebration adopted for the hand drum by Unity. The song celebrates life in all of its joys and pains and achievements. Ladies and gentlemen, may I ask you to stand for the honor song. And thank you, Unity. May you travel well. As you travel through life, hold hands, make new friends, and keep on the sunny side of life.
The sunny side of life. He's a comic. Mr. Chancellor, I would like to invite now Mr. Bob Taylor Vasey, the President of the Trent University Alumni Association, to welcome the graduating class. Now, yesterday, Bob timed it, and he told me that he clocks in at 3 minutes and 10 seconds, so we're going to time him. Bob?
Mr. Chancellor, President Groark, members of the Board of Governors and Senate, faculty and staff, honored guests, and fellow alumni. Surely we all recognize that we do not achieve personal success on our own. Family, friends, colleagues, professors, and advisors, they are our unsung heroes. A lot of them are here today, either behind me or in the audience. And I invite you to please stand with me, please. This is the day to thank them. It's also your last chance to let loose as an undergraduate. I thought your response to Chancellor Tapscott's response was passively vociferous. So this time, let's recognize with a huge roar of thanks those who so unselfishly always been there for us and always will be. Is that it? Thank you. Today you wear this gown. The gown for 50 years has been the symbol of our individual academic success at Trent, the culmination of years of hard work. Wherever you go from today, whatever path you choose, we have a common thread. It is the uniqueness of the student experience at Trent, of belonging and community and acceptance and interaction, the hallmark of the university of which we are all so proud. This graduation is the last session of the week. How fitting it is that the last group of new alumni is from nursing. There are many professionals, engineers, librarians, doctors, accountants, teachers, and more, but I believe that yours may be the noblest profession of all. Your fellow alumni distinguish this university around the world in the breadth and contribution of their careers, by the diversity of their participation in a global society, by their personification of courage, integrity, and risk-taking. Now it's your turn to make a difference. Take your considerable skills out into the world and make a difference, and you will. As policymakers, administrators, mentors, practitioners, and yes, lifelong learners. With the capacity and the capability to collaborate with others, communicate the good and the bad, respond to the needs of others, and enhance healthcare systems here and worldwide, all with a sense of realism, compassion, candor, and heart, reflecting the pioneering spirit of Florence Nightingale, who also recognized that the practice of nursing needed formalized knowledge. For those of you who have experienced for those of us that have experienced what you bring at every level, you are very special people. And what better ambassadors could this outstanding university ask for? At Trent, you've made lifelong friends, you've been taught and mentored by dedicated and learned faculty, and who can deny it that you did it on the most beautiful campus in the country. You will take pride in your experience here, as Trent will be equally as proud of you. And like your first day on campus, today is a new beginning. So celebrate it, embrace it, savor it, enjoy it, and stay connected wherever you are in the world. On behalf of 44 and more thousand members of your extended Trent family, the Alumni Association, congratulations on your success and those to come. And now, go have some fun. Thank you.
Thank you, Bob. As this ceremony draws to a close, I want to ask you to help me in thanking some of the people that made it possible. And one of the things I've been trying to do throughout the week is pick particular people and particular groups on each day to recognize and to thank. With the first thank you, I actually have a special presentation, and so I'm going to explain the presentation before I recognize the person. I will tell you that every university has its quirks, its traditions, its the little things that give mystique to it. One of the quirks about Trent University is what we call the upside down tie. And this was a set of ties. Every university has ties. We have ties, we have scarves. At one point, when they made the set of ties, the designers made a mistake and they printed the Trent symbol upside down. So it looks like the sword is falling out of the water instead of going into the water. In any case, like, stamps that have errors or coins, etc., this has become a collected item at Trent University. I will tell you, I still have 7 of them, and we wait for special moments to recognize special people. And what I would like to do today is I want to recognize our Chancellor, Don Tapscott, all of us who are here, and I want to thank everybody who has volunteered time this week. What I would note is, I was going to say that our Chancellor doesn't work for Trent, but what I'd have to say is he doesn't get paid to work for Trent. He works ceaselessly for Trent. He gave up a week of his time to come and stay at Trent so he could be at all 8 convocations and to shake the hands and share the glory with every student who has graduated in the convocations this year. So please join me in thanking our Chancellor, Don Tapscott, as I present him with an upside-down tie. Thank you for telling me that you didn't have one. Okay. That's yours. Okay. Just a few other people that I'd like you to help me thank. There are a number of people here who have been at all 8 convocations. Please help me thank David Newhouse, Professor David Newhouse, who introduces the Unity Song. Provost Gary Boire, who was at his last convocation as provost. And while we're at that, I believe Jackie Muldoon is here, our incoming provost. Could we have, stand up please, Jackie? You have to get used to standing up. Thank you to the Unity Singers for the wonderful way in which they always present the honor song. And last, but of course not least, thank you to all Trent faculty, to our staff, to the members of the Board of Governors for all you do for our students. Mr. Chancellor, I now call upon you to dismiss convocation.
Thank you, Mr. President, and thank you for that tie. With all these developments with technology and medicine and the singularity and robotics and so on, I may in fact live another 50 years to attend the 100th anniversary, and I may need that tie as an asset to sell on eBay later in my life. No, seriously, it's been a great honor to be here, and I'd like to thank all of you for coming. And graduates, I really mean it when I say it's my honor to personally shake every one of your hands. And to try not to shank you. Whatever that means. And it's also been my honor to be photographed with you. So many of you will be putting these photographs on social media, in particular on Twitter. So there is a very, very important lesson from this experience today, and something I'd like you to remember. In fact, I'd like you to write this down, that on Twitter my name is @dtapscott, and I need you to include that in the tweet, because I'm trying to catch up with Justin Bieber, and he's like got a lot of followers, so it's a real challenge for me. seriously, I know on behalf of all the parents, the friends, family, faculty, staff, guests here today, that I speak for all of them, that it has been our honor to be part of your ceremony, and you all deserve to feel very, very proud of yourselves. Now, this convocation marks the end of a chapter of your life, but also the beginning of a new one, and new ones. And no matter where that chapters take you, Trent will always be part of you. In a sense, it'll be part of your cognitive DNA, if you like. And I'd like to just tell you a story in the spirit of what Bob Vasey said earlier. That when I left Trent, I was very thankful for the experience. It was transformative. And I lost touch with the university for a long time, actually, almost a couple of decades. And I started thinking, maybe I should get involved again. And it wasn't just out of a sense of obligation or a sense of opportunity. There's certainly been plenty of those to network and be part of a community. But I think most of all out of a sense that this is an important little institution and it's worth defending and advancing and cherishing. And it's been a great satisfaction to me to be part of Trent once again. And I can also speak from experience when I say that it's very rewarding to help the generations behind you to reach this special day for themselves. Your future is very bright. I said to a number of you as you came across the stage, good luck. And that wasn't just a flippant kind of comment. But I think that you will all receive luck in the sense that luck is the intersection between preparation and opportunity. And you prepared yourselves well, not just in terms of what you know, but in terms of your capabilities to learn and to think and to solve problems, to communicate, and to save lives. And luck will come your way. Earlier, in one of the previous convocations this week, Peter Raymond, who's now Dr. Peter Raymond, because I gave him an honorary degree, and he's a great Canadian filmmaker, said, be patient and allow destiny to find you. And parents, I'd encourage you to be patient as well, that all of these wonderful young people up here are going to do important things in their lives, and they will all receive luck. Now, a couple of practical comments, and there had been some earlier, but this is kind of my job to complete with some down-to-earth advice. Get a good suit, whether you're a man or a woman, and the shirt and the shoes are so important. Accessories, it's all about the accessories. Wear SPF. I mean, if today wasn't a lesson in that, it's very, very important. In fact, I think the average tanning level of the audience has gone up a couple of points today. You should know, as medical people, always floss. It's important for dental health and also for fresh breath. You should also know to increase the percent of vegetables in your diet, and this is most important. I would like you to write this down as well. Never show up for a job interview drunk. So are there any questions, or can we? Okay, good, no questions. I talked about your future, just a couple of words about the future. I think it's no surprise to any of you that my generation is leaving the world in not the best situation. Sorry about that. The world is too unequal, it's too unjust, it's too conflicted, and it's too unsustainable. And you have chosen a noble profession, and you're going to contribute to solving this problem. And as such, you'll be part of a very historic thing that's happening. Your generation is being called forth by history to solve some of the biggest dilemmas and problems ever facing humanity. And I have great confidence that you'll be able to do that. Not just because of your knowledge, not just because of your passion, not just because of your capabilities, but also because at your fingertips, you have the most powerful tools ever for finding out what's going on, informing others, and organizing collective responses. And you have a powerful, powerful medium of human communications, a vast network made of glass and air that will help you in this challenge. Now, for those of you in the audience, if you don't know what I'm talking about, it's this whole thing called the internet. Now, this is going to be really big. I mean, I'm going to invest in this thing once it takes off. Some of you have probably been to the Google. Has anyone here been to the Google? Or you got your whole Twitterverse where you twerp stuff, and you can put up your instant grams up there. Although I honestly didn't understand why some of you parents came up here with an iPad pointed at your child and you're reading a book. Hello, when you should have been like photographing your child. I mean, really. No, seriously, in the spirit of all of this, I would like to just take a selfie if I could with the graduating class. So if I could ask you all to stand up, put your hands in the air, and make a lot of noise. Thank you. That will be going on the whole social media. Sorry? Yeah, I need a selfie stick. Bluetooth. I need Bluetooth controlled selfie stick, okay? It's all about the Bluetooth. No, seriously, it's a time of big change. And I'm not suggesting each of you should drop being a nurse or become the prime minister or the leader of the world or something like that. But you can bring about change. And because you're building a life on principles and a life that's consequential, you know that change will happen everywhere. It will happen in your hospital, in your clinic. It will happen in your family as you teach your children well. It will happen in your community, in your organization, and wherever you are as you travel throughout life. You have an opportunity now to lead in a time of great change. And I'm very optimistic because I can see not just the passion and desire that you'll bring to your next endeavors, but I've studied your generation, and I know that the myths about it are not true, and that in fact you're the smartest generation, and you have a great deep sense of integrity as a generation. So go make your mark on the world, reach for the stars, and make us proud. I'd now like to dismiss the convocation. Thank you very much.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. We've come a long way from where we began. Oh, I'll tell you all about it when I see you again. When I see you again.
Damn, who knew? All the planes we flew, good things we've been through. That I'll be standing right here talking to you about another path. I know we love to hit the road and laugh, but something told me that it wouldn't last. Had to switch up, look at things different, see the bigger picture. Those were the days, hard work forever pays. Now I see you in a better place. How can we not talk about family when family's all that we got? Everything I went through, you were standing there by my side, and now you gon' be with me for the last ride.
It's been a long day without you, my friend, and I'll tell you all